In this module, we would learn about constants. So, constants, as the name states, they are variables whose values, once initialized, cannot be modified. The syntax to declare a constant in Golang is this. So, it's initialized by using the const keyword. Then you assign the constant with a name. Then you specify the data type of the constant. So, the data type in case of constants is optional to provide. If you do not provide it, it's implicitly inferred by the compiler. Then we have the assignment operator, and then the value or data that you want to store in the constant. So we have two kinds of constants, typed and untyped. Constants are untyped unless they're explicitly given a data type at declaration, and they allow for much more flexibility. An example of how you can declare and initialize an untyped constant is this. So you write const age equals to 12. Note how we did not specify the data type. Again, if you want to specify more than one untyped constant, we can write something like this. Talking about typed constants, these are constants where you explicitly specify the data type in the declaration. But the flexibility that comes with untyped constants is lost here. So to create a constant of string data type, you'll need to write const name string equals to Harry Potter or const age int equals to 12. For a further examples, we would be sticking with untyped constants. So let us understand the concept of how we can declare untyped constants. So we're going to declare and initialize three constants over here, and we're simply going to print its value and data type. So we get our expected results. Now let's come to the core concept of constants. That's once initialized, you cannot change their value. And any attempt to change the value of a constant will cause a runtime panic. So we've created a constant called name, and then we're going to try to change its value. Let's print it and see what happens. So we're going to get an error that says cannot assign to name declared constant. So the compiler is signaling us that you cannot assign or reassign a variable because this is a constant variable. Also, an important point to note here that you cannot declare constant and not initialize it a value and maybe try to assign it a value later on. So you can't do something like this. If you would do this, we'll get an error. And the error is going to say that missing value in constant declaration. So you have to assign and declare constant at the same time. The concept of default or zero values does not apply here. The shorthand variable declaration does not work for constants. So the compiler will give you the following error if we try to use the shorthand variable assignment operator. So it will say unexpected : equal to, because it was expecting the simple equal to or the simple assignment operator. Let's see a use case of where we can use constants. That would be calculating the area of a circle. So we know the value of pi. It is a constant and it's not going to change. So you can simply create a float 64 constant for it. Then we're going to create two variables. We're going to calculate our area and we're going to simply print it. And that's all about variables and constants. That is all for this lecture. Head over to the labs and get some hands-on practice.